Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is another episode of Not Another Podcast, and I am your host, Derek.
And Heidi.
What's going on? What's going on? So this episode today is going to be something that we may put in effect in the near future, not sure, but a lot of the times, well, recently, I've been seeing a lot of people comment on their end of month evaluation, if you will. So I'd seen a lot of people talking about like, yo, man, the month of January has just been crazy. And, you know, I was talking to my friend earlier and I just was like, yo, I never really realized how important that was. Just having like a monthly checkup on like how you're doing mental health wise or spiritual wise or just, you know, emotionally or anything like that. So I definitely made sure I had told him like, yo, that should be a normal thing that people do. And it just got me like questioning like, I wonder how everyone's January was going. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
What do you think about that? Like, how did your January go?
I feel like I had a very good January. I've accomplished a lot of like goals that I had set for myself for the year.
Okay.
Pretty early on. So yeah, I kind of enjoyed being back at the gym, reading more books.
Okay.
Working out. I finally made it through like the process of being like building a routine at the gym.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yes,
that's what's up.
and I am on week 3 of being a pescatarian. So,
hey, whoa, wait a minute, dang, a pescatarian.
You didn't like that.
Hold on, wait. So why did you choose to be a pescatarian?
Well, we just finished the Daniel fast. And I was refraining. Well, we just did fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
And I like how I was feeling. You know, I liked I just. You know, you feel like you're just like detoxed after 21 days. So, you know, being back at the gym, I wanted to meal prep and like meal plan for, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for work and to be at the gym and stuff.
Okay.
But I still wanted something like some kind of like meat.
Like substance.
Yeah, you know, help on protein. And I just didn't want to go back to like chicken, beef.
Okay.
But I love seafood.
Don't we all?
Yes. And I just went for it.
Yeah.
And I'm on week 3 and I like it.
How's that been so far?
It's been great. Like I still feel the same from like the Daniel fast. So I don't feel like super stuffed. My portions are smaller and I've incorporated like a lot of more vegetables into my diet.
Okay.
And a lot of fruit.
Okay.
Yes. A lot of fruit. So
So
and a lot of water.
What has that done for you so far? Like what are some of the results that you're seeing from changing up your diet?
So far on like week 3, I have a lot more energy. Like before, I just felt like I was sluggish. I felt like it was part of the reason why I wasn't being consistent in the gym. It just, it felt like I was more tired now, like, you know, from like eating so much or you're just so stuffed that you don't want to do anything. You become a couch potato. Like, I just felt like I was going through that.
Yeah.
And then it's winter time, so you barely want to go outside.
Yeah.
Now I feel more energized. Honestly, like I feel like I think more clearly.
Okay.
Like I feel like I have more of like control of like how I feel. Like I'm able, like, you know, working out, like that completes your day or it starts your day. So it's like before I was like so hungover on wanting to work out in the morning and I just had to do it in the morning. And it's like I work out at night now and it's amazing. Like I love it. It's like you went through your day where you worked, you know, you spent time with God, you like made dinner, like when, you know, did all your things, and then to end the day it's just like somewhere where like I just like I lock in. It's about me. Like I'm just focusing. And
so when you came in, sorry,
no,
when you came into, what about fitness was your New Year's resolution or your new goal? So like, are we talking about weight loss? Are we talking about more energy? Are we talking about, you know, just having a better diet because you just wanted to eat? Or is that all accumulated? Is that all into one? And
I'm going to be honest with you. The only thing that I told myself at the beginning of this year, I didn't want to set a goal weight. I didn't want to set, like, I just wanted to be consistent.
Okay.
That's all. If I was able to build a consistency that I previously had and the mentality of just, even if I miss today, like I'm back at it tomorrow.
Yeah.
that was it. That's all I needed. So I wanted to, lose a couple of the pounds that I gained. Of course, I wanted to be healthier. I wanted to be more energized. Like, I feel like that all combined together. But my main goal was to have a healthier eating habit and to be consistent.
Okay. So
with both the gym and the eating.
So you didn't have a weight goal. You just had, I want to be consistent. Do you feel as though just being consistent, other things will follow? And what I mean by that is, because I kind of feel where you're coming from. Me right now, I'm having a hard time getting back in the gym and working out. At one point in my life, like, I was very consistent. I was very disciplined. And then I just hit a wall, and I've been struggling. Like, mentally, I want to get back there, but like, I just can't get there. Like, I just can't get in the gym. So I was going to say, or I was going to ask the question of like, what are some tips? But what I'm picking up from what you're saying is like, I think you have the mentality of, let me not set a goal weight, but let me just get in. And then once I'm in, and then if I continue to be consistent, then
I'm gonna get
my body's used to me being in the gym. And then that's when I can say like, okay, now let me start putting some tangible evidence or some tangible goals to it. But the main goal is just be consistent. It doesn't matter about the weight I'm losing right now and all of that. It's just about, if I continue to be consistent, eventually I can start making all those other goals happen.
It's like putting it, prayer. You don't, or reading the Bible.
Yeah.
You don't just one day sit down and start reading Genesis and you just, boom, I'm at the book of Revelation by the end of the week.
Right.
No. One, you have to be consistent on reading the Bible.
Amen.
Two, you gotta build, like put in the time.
Yeah.
You gotta be consistent, put in the time, continue to go. Even if you don't understand it, you keep on trying. You look out for different books that help you read, the Bible. And once you're consistent about it, you become to have a more clear mind. You're like, it's like building a routine with anything in life. Like the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I knew I was consistent in the gym, the easier it was going to be for me to like start seeing the results.
Yeah.
You start going to the gym 30 minutes, them 30 minutes will turn into an hour and a half like this.
Facts.
Like, my goal was just coming to the gym. Even if you walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes that day, the next day you're going to be like, oh, I did 10 minutes yesterday. I could do 20 today.
Nice.
Like, me and my best friend, like, and I was not like, that's a big thing too. I was not a person that went to the gym with people.
I knew that
like,
about you.
You know that. We've gone together and it's like we don't even look at each other until it's time to go.
Facts.
Like, you're on your side and I'm on mine.
Facts.
But to be able to find somebody, like, it's an accountability partner. Like, that's important too. So I would say that's another big tip. If you're having trouble, like, if two people are having trouble working on something and you guys start holding each other accountable, it's like you're both pushing one another.
Ooh.
So it's, that's, and I use that example with everything.
Yeah.
Your friend is struggling praying. I'm struggling on praying. Now we're having prayer nights in our living room.
Yeah.
We're both helping each other get to, that point where we want to be.
Okay.
So it's like, I found somebody that I'm able to work out with that actually genuinely wants to work out. I never liked working out with people because I just felt like they were a distraction. Or you wanted to do something and they wanted to do something, but you're trying to compromise. So you're reducing what you do, or you're just talking the entire time and not like, you don't feel like you're on go mode. Like, I'm able to go with this person and like, we both just lock in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, we'll go in, we'll knock our hour and a half out. And then if we want to talk and hang out afterwards and, just, we do.
Yeah.
But it's like, we go in and we both have a goal and we're both working towards being consistent. So even in days where I'm like, I'm tired, my legs hurt, she'd be like, oh, we got this, girl. Like, the summer's around the corner, or you want to like, you see that those jeans are feeling a little looser now. Like, just keeps motivating you.
You know what I love about that? The reason I love that so much, because like, if you both have a goal, you both want to do something, but when for everyone who never played sports, let me put you on game. It's one thing if you're playing a solo sport because you rely on yourself. But when you're on a team, even on days you don't want to play the sport, you don't want to let your other friends, your other teammates down. Like, and that's one of the main things about having an accountability partner, because even on days when you don't want to do things, they might not want to do it either. But when they see you going down and you not enthusiastic and you don't want to do it, that's going to motivate them to be like, nah, man, we got to pick this back up.
Yeah.
We got to do this because I'm going to be the one on days where I don't want to do it. I'm probably going to drag you down. But that's why I'm not relying on myself. I'm relying on you. And on days when you're down, you can rely on me. It's like, I think it was, what is it, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, when it just talks about two are better than one. And the triple braided cord is not easily broken. And that's exactly what it's about.
Just, like you said, you hold each other accountable. You just become that motivation. Like, and it just, the more you do it, the more consistent you guys become on it. And you just stop having that mindset where it's like, oh, today, like, no, like once you've built that consistency, your body just craves it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm just trying to get past that, like, and I feel like I finally got there. Like, I feel like right now, I love meal prepping. Like, I actually enjoy it. Like, now we've made it like a girls thing where we want to like meal prep together. We're working out. So it's like, I went from relying on just myself to get me here. And don't get me wrong, I was consistent at one point. But then it went from being like a year straight into the gym to never going back for a year. I was out of the gym for an entire year. So it's like everything that I lost that 1 year, I gained it back like that second year. And it's like now I feel like I'm starting from square one. But now I just feel like I have a support team. Yeah. And I feel like now I've learned my lesson. I've gone through the trial of, going, being consistent, then stopping, then trying to come back. Like I'm going through all of that again. So now it's just, it makes me really understand, like, okay, I'm starting to be consistent. I have to stay like this even when I look the way I want to look, even when I shred everything that I wanted to shred. Because it's like there's always room for growth in anything. In reading the Bible, you don't want to say, oh, I read from the first page to the last page, that's it. Every time, like over and over and over, it happens to me where I'll read a verse and it'll be like a revelation today on this, and maybe like next month I might run across it again, or not even the next month, within the same week I might run across it and get a different revelation on it. Like you're always gonna have room for growth. So when it comes to the gym, it's like you're growing muscle, now you're just maintaining that. But it all starts with being consistent at the beginning from day one, where your muscles are hurting and everything's aching and you're tired and oh my goodness, like my legs still hurt from leg day 2 days ago and I still got to do it today. Like, it's just getting through. Yes, it's just getting through all of that. But it's just important to be able to have a support system. It's important to be consistent. It's important to, build a routine that works for you.
Right.
Like I know a lot of people, when they start going to the gym, they want to be like the guy that's benching 350 already, or the girl who already got the 6-pack. Like, no, you got to start like where it's good for you, where it's comfortable for you. Yeah. So it's like, I like that about like, my best friend and I, like, if she's doing more than me, more reps or more weights, I don't feel some type of way because I'm here to work for me. If she's at a higher level, that's her. Like, but we motivate one another. So it's like, even if I just did an extra 5. All right, now you're pushing me to do an extra 5. Like, it's just motivating each other, but knowing that everyone's at a different level. So it's like with church as well. And I believe we talked about this in a different podcast. You start like, even if you're at a higher level than me, like, we're still motivating each other. Yeah. We're still helping each other. Like, I feel like it all ties in with everything. Yeah. But with that being said, I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking on this. So, like, I want to hear your
Wait. There's a couple of things that I want to say about that. Okay. Because this is very important and people got to understand, like, we're talking about the monthly review and stuff like that. However, like, it feels good to hear this because you can put this, what's the word I'm trying to look for? You can make this relate to prayer. You can make this relate to Bible study and even reading the Bible. What I'm trying to hear, or what I do hear a lot these days, is people keep telling me, like, I'm having trouble reading the Bible. I don't like reading and stuff like that. But I'm literally taking what you're saying about the gym and putting it in perspective. And these are tips for people that are struggling with their relationship, with reading the Bible, with praying and stuff like that. Again, like you said, be intentional. So just be consistent. It's not about, you don't have to read the whole Genesis in one day. Like, you know, even if you only take 10 minutes, just take 10 minutes a day and read it. And what I found is the more you do that, you'll get to a spot in the Bible where you read something and you'll be like, yo, I can't wait till tomorrow to read this. Like, I want to read this right now because I want to understand what's going to happen next. You know what I'm saying? Like, it becomes a soap opera after a while. And you just like, yo, I want to know what's the next chapter. Like, it's lit. Like, dang, what did Job say after this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how the Bible really is. But you know, for some people, they might chew off more than they can swallow. You know what I'm saying? Or what is it? Bite off more than they can chew? I think it's that one. But needless to say,
I didn't know which one it was.
needless to say, like, again, it's like you said, a lot of the times when I was struggling with working out, it was because I had, boom, peep this. I had got to a point that I was satisfied because every time I worked out, I'm not going to lie, I always did it for looks. So once I did it to a point where I felt as though my body looked somewhat right, I was like, yo, I'm good. I'm not lifting no more weights. I'm not working out anymore. Like,
that's
my body's good.
That's exactly where I was.
And the problem with that, though, is because once you get to that point, you have no more motivation anymore. Once you read the Bible, you're like, oh, I read all of the Bible. I have no motivation anymore. But it's just like what you just said. There, you can always understand more. You can always grow. There's always more wisdom and knowledge to learn. So you never want to be content with what you have. Exactly. That's why the Bible says that as well. Boom. Another thing that you touched on, I believe it's Galatians chapter 6. And then it's like verse 4, where it says, pay attention to your own success, your own progress. Don't worry about what other people are doing, because if you pay attention to your own success and your own progress, then that's a job well done. It's too many people on social media and other things. They're doing great. You're doing fine, but you paying attention to Bob because he's at a certain life that you're not at. And next thing you know, your whole life is miserable. Chill, bro. Relax. You're going to get there.
It's always going to be you versus you. Like, don't make it about you versus somebody else and you're competing. And no, it's your growth, your development, your wisdom. Like, all of that has to do with you and the amount of time that you put in for yourself, the amount of time that you put in to grow, because it's all that's benefiting you. When it comes to reading the Bible, you're gaining the wisdom, you're gaining the knowledge for you to be able to go out and spread this, like, you know, the good news, for you to be able to go out and help friends out, whether it's anybody, like whether it's a friend, a family member, your mind is expanding. When it comes to the gym, you're feeling healthy. You're the one waking up energized. So it's like, it's always you versus you. Don't compare yourself to somebody else.
Facts.
When they're at a different level. I can't sit here and compete with somebody who's already been in the gym for 3 years.
Facts.
No, like, I'm not going to compete with somebody who started the gym yesterday because I've already been a month in. You started yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, it's, but it's being able to lift that person up who just started yesterday.
Right.
Or even that person who's been there 3 years, lifting up somebody who's just been there on their first month.
Right.
Like, that's what it's all about. It's the people that are at a higher level, the people that like have more experience to help those that are just getting up there. And those that are getting up there are helping the ones that started, you know, yesterday, that are just at the very beginning. Like, it's all helping each other and growth within ourselves to just be a better version of ourselves.
Yeah. Facts. That's dope.
But yes, so I need to hear about your January.
My January was pretty cool. My January was pretty cool. I went on vacation, went to Hawaii. That was pretty dope.
Yes.
Shout out to Word of Faith LV. Yes, they're pretty dope. So we went on vacation. And then other than that, January has just been really good to me, as far as, you know, there's some things in the works. I don't really want to say anything right now because, you know, I don't want to say anything right now. I'm gonna just be honest. However, January has been really good. I've been really blessed. One lesson that I learned about in January was that I didn't. Ooh, Holy Spirit, thank you. This is gonna be a humbling moment. I don't know everything. I don't know everything. Our producer is very happy of me saying that.
Yes.
I don't know everything. And what I mean by that is like, I thank God for his wisdom and his knowledge, because every day I'm humbled and every day I get a new revelation about something. And that's just another testament to say that you can always learn something new. You can never learn, you can never know enough. So I learned a new thing about relationships. I'm not going to get into that, but it's such a great feeling. It's just such a great feeling to humble yourself and to say like, yo, you know what? You can either say I was wrong, or you could say like, I never looked at it from that perspective. And the perspective that I was looking at it from, it's not that it was wrong, but it just wasn't the same perspective. And it's okay to be like, yo, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't look at it from your perspective. I have gained a better understanding now. You know what I'm saying? I believe that if a lot more people did that, it would be less chaos. Because everybody wants to spew their own thoughts and their own opinions, but they never want to sit here and they never want to approach a situation where they're like, yo, let me understand where you coming from. You know what I'm saying? And we want to be able to have the communication to get to the point where it's like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
Even if, like the Bible says, forgive people who transgress against you. So I say that to say like, in a situation where somebody might have done you wrong, just for you to sit here and be like, yo, you know what? I know you did me wrong. What you did was messed up. Let me understand where you're coming from. I'm not sitting here and validating what you're doing, but it's just always good to understand people from another perspective and to just show empathy. So that is one of the biggest things that I learned in January. Other than that, though, January has been great. January has been very good to me. So I can't complain. I can't complain about January.
I really like how you, like when you started, you admitted, like you accepted.
Did you?
Yes. And not in a way of like, oh my gosh, he just said that. No, it's just, I feel like that is a great way, like a great place to start. Admitting, like, where you went wrong or where you feel like you needed room. Like you understood, I don't know everything.
Yeah.
And you accepted that and you made room for growth. You can't grow if you're not willing to accept the fact that you have room to grow. You're not going to grow if you feel like you already know it all. So it's like just realizing, hey, I don't know everything about this. Yeah. Hey, like I want to see your perspective on it, because I feel like that's believe it or not, like that's where I am too, where it's like I'm learning not to make it all about my perspective and looking at other people's perspective, other people's point of view, understanding why they moved the way they moved, or, because it all comes with, and this topic can go on for I don't know how long, but it just all comes from different ways of how people were raised, the previous relationship, whatever it could be. So it's like, I'm just learning that not everybody lived the way I lived. Not everybody moved the way I moved. Yeah. And it's just understanding people's perspective, and that comes with growth. Yeah. Once you start realizing, like, not everybody is like you. Not everybody thinks the way you do. You start to be more understanding when it comes to any situation. Yeah. And it avoids more arguments.
Yeah, for sure.
It avoids a lot of things. But I don't want to be the person to like put you on blast or anything, but do you want to talk about like the Hebrew? Because I feel like that's a very exciting thing.
Yo, did you just do that?
like I really want to like put that out there. Did you just do that on camera? That's crazy. That's to me, like, that's so exciting.
That's wild.
Like, and just seeing you, like, the little steps that you're making. I don't want to call them little, but the steps that you're making in the progress. Like, yeah. Okay. I would love for you to talk about that.
Okay.
Just to wrap us up,
Yeah.
It's exciting news.
I mean, I don't want to downplay it. So if it's exciting to say, I mean, me, it's exciting. I'm just going to sit here and say, I don't really think it's that exciting. I got inspired to learn the Hebrew language because
that is so cool.
I just wanted to, like, at some point, because what are we on, like the second go round of reading the Bible?
Yes.
And like,
Or in
yo,
chronological
my
order right now.
Bible studies are intense. Like they've, again, boom, understanding and growth and maturing. Like my Bible studies are intense now. Like, not for nothing, I got like 6 books open while I'm reading the Bible to get the greatest understanding. I say that to say, like, I caught myself wanting to just read the book in Hebrew. So I went out and I bought an interlinear Bible. The Old Testament is Hebrew and then the New Testament is Greek. So I made it one of my goals, before the end of the year, I want to at least read the Old Testament in Hebrew. Like, that's one of my goals. So as of right now, I've already learned how to read it. I'm still learning how to read it, but I'm way better at when I first started because it is very confusing. Very confusing. But now I'm starting to learn like words and stuff, and now I'm starting to put them into practice. So I'm at that level right now. I'm just learning like little stuff like food and saying hello and goodbye.
Tell us some of them.
So this word I've been using lately is lechaim, and that means cheers in Hebrew.
I really like that one. Yeah, that's been like
that's one of the easier ones. Nice to meet you is Naim Lechayer. A response to that is Naim Meod. My name is Karim Lee. To say where I'm from is Animi. So it's just a whole bunch of different things like
you
that.
Good. Like I like
facts.
it.
Like,
listen, it'll take me some time to.
It's the easiest. I mean, the hardest part is in the beginning, learning how to read, because it's way different than how we read. It's way different.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact,
like,
it's the reverse.
I was watching you like study it the one day, and I'm like, is he reading it from like it's like an anime book where you're reading from like the right
mangas,
to left? Yeah, the mangas.
But like the words are reversed, and then the words don't even have vowels in them. So not only do you have to read reverse backwards, but then it doesn't give you any vowels. It's all consonants. So like the word banana, and then on top of that, if you do read it with the vowels are always placed under the consonant. It's so weird. It's like it's mind-boggling. It is. But then once you get to a certain level, you take the vowels out, and then now you have to know the word so much to the point where you can guess what the word is. Like that's how they read. Like, how do you have to guess what the word is? It's like, what's a word? It's like cat, but then you have the C, then you have a T, and then they leave the A out, and then you just have to guess that it's cat. Like, that's how you have to read it.
Context clues, kind of.
Like you just have to guess it. And I was like, bro, what? Like,
that sounds fun. I can't wait to see, like, by September, we're about to test you. Like, I'm going to come here with, like, a 20-page. Yeah, we're going to test you and see how you are. I'm giving you, like, what, another 8 months or 7 months?
Listen,
so.
Hopefully I'm able to, to read a little something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm learning day by day, man. Day by day. I got to just measure my own self to my own success. There you go. Like, I'm not.
That's a fact.
We're going to leave it with that.
Alrighty. Well, that closes out for another episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Have a good night.
Stay blessed.
Bye.